Okay, VANUATU'S come out with a new program. It's quite interesting, and I wanted to bring this out to you. We will carry this program, but there are some precautions that I want to tell you about. It's going to be a citizenship by investment program like the other options they've got. They're projecting the annual returns and half of your money back after 5 years. Now, it's called the CNO Future Fund, and it promises annual rate of interest and redemption values in 5 years. It's got a conservative, they claim it's a conservative annual rate of return of 5%. I would tell you if it's coming from Vanuatu, I would say it's unconservative. I know they didn't use the word guaranteed on this. It's definitely not guaranteed. And I would say it's not conservative. They call it conservative, but I'm going to tell you it's not, okay? But they're projecting, a 5% rate of return on it. The total is 138,000 US dollars. Now, not all of which would be invested in the fund because you're going to have to pay for government fees, and also you've got agent fees. The investor will receive the net investment amount plus capital appreciation after 5 years. It's anticipated at least around 70,000 US dollars will be returned on each application, which if this comes through as presented, you would spend somewhere around 68,000 US dollars if everything comes back. Now, you'd have to pay the money up front of the 138,000, but I'm telling you, as it comes back, with the figures they're giving me here, you're looking at around $68,000. Now, the program has come out. It's not available right now to get. They're in the midst of doing that. But I wanted to tell you that because you're looking at a type of program that it may or may not come through. Okay, this is what's happened with other plans that Vanuatu's had in the past. They have not been real consistent when they said they're going to come out with plans that they do come out with them. Now, part of the funds are invested in the coconut copra industry to create coconut oil and will be used to replace 100% of the diesel. And it's used in the production for electricity in Vanuatu. Now, Vanuatu is trying to reduce the dependency on imported fossil fuel for electricity generation. Now, I want to give you a comparison on this just so you can kind of see. Now, let's compare this a little bit with St. Kitts. Now, St. Kitts has got a government fee for one person under the real estate option that's 25,000 US dollars, which is about a third of the cost of the 68,000, assuming all that money comes back. And you're also going to have to take two other things that you should take in consideration on this. And that is that if you're planning on getting a passport, and you can look up on our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, at the top where it's got flag theory, you should be, it tells you in this flag theory, when you're looking for passports, what you ought to be doing. I can tell you this, you should be getting a passport in a place that you would like to move to, although you're not going to move there. If things came to, the last end that you had to move to a country because you relinquished your other passport or whatever, or you just don't want to go back to the other country because of the high taxes, you need to pick a country that you would not mind living in. Okay, now Vanuatu is a long ways away from just about any place unless you're in Southeast Asia, if you're from there, or you're from New Zealand or Australia. It takes almost like 2 days to get there. I mean, you have to take several flights to get there. It's not a convenient place to get to. Also, one of the main things you need to take in consideration is the visa-free travel. Vanuatu only has 103 visa-free or visa-free on arrival countries and territories. The reason it's dropped so much is they lost their Schengen countries because there were people that were actually showing up on Interpol that they actually approved for citizenship. This is how slack their program was. And so, the Schengen area was stripped away from them. They don't have visa-free to the UK. In fact, I haven't actually looked at a chart comparing. I could do it if we retain you as a client, but I don't think you would have either visa-free to any country in Europe. So this is what you would have to put up with. If you're planning on going to Europe, you would have to get a visa to go anywhere. And you're going to have to look at the, is it worth paying possibly $68,000 if all this money comes back? okay, that's supposed to come back? Or would you rather pick a country like St. Kitts and only pay $25,000 for one person for the government fee for the real estate option, but you would have to purchase a property that's at least $400,000? But, you know, St. Kitts has been very, very predictable. I mean, that's the key. It's been around for 40 years. And you're definitely going to pay only $25,000, whereas if you pay $138,000 and some of the money comes back, that's nice. But what happens if it doesn't? And then you're going to have to look at the visa-free travel. It's going to be pretty bad. So, but we are going to carry the program if you want it, but I want you to be aware that I would tell you there's a likelihood that you might not get all the money back that you're supposed to get back. And the interest they're going to pay you, a 5%, might not be 5%. Okay, they're talking about the anticipated rate would be that, but I always like to tell people the worst. If the worst comes, then you've anticipated it. Okay. Also, probably one of the biggest negatives on this too is the fact that just last month they went through 3 different prime ministers. So you know you need to be aware this is not a real stable country. You know, I don't know of any country that's been through that many prime ministers in 1 month. If you want to know more on this, go to our website www.citizenshipquickly.com and just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.